What's up, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Alt Crypto Cast, your altcoin headquarters. We're now at number 39 already. Fritz, good to have you again. You're not feeling too well today. Tell me, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing better than the last 2 days, but yeah, I feel like still feel a bit tough. It's very warm here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
We need to turn on the AC.
yeah, I'm a bit wobbly, but yeah, I'm happy to be here though.
Yeah, and it's been 4 weeks since we sat here.
Yeah.
Because the last episode we had Ben Gertzel. If you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to check it out. Very interesting episode. Talked about some crypto, AI, AGI as well.
Yeah.
Very interesting guy. What was your feeling on the episode?
Yeah, I really liked that episode.
It was good, right?
Yeah, also like sometimes reference when we talk with friends when I talk about the topic, like I mention him that we talked to. Him. Yeah, I really enjoyed the conversation. It was very interesting. Yeah. For you?
Yeah, the same. And I remember when we were done, you were saying, "Oh, I have so many more questions I want to ask the guy." And but I mean, at some point you gotta stop the conversation. Yeah, very interesting guy. And I think ASI, the project itself, is also very interesting to keep an eye on. The same as Night, for example, with Charles Hoskinson, who we interviewed.
Yep.
Maybe we have some other interesting guests coming up. I haven't told you that yet, but I've got maybe something exciting. So if you're new here, remember to leave a like, follow us, subscribe wherever you're watching. Obviously, you want to say a big thanks to everyone that's been here since the beginning and is still following us. If you have any questions for us, let us know in the comments as well. If you have any feedback, let us know. And yeah, let's dive in, Fritz. Crypto.
Oh yeah, how are you?
Oh yeah, good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing good. Luckily, I'm not that ill. Hopefully, we're gonna knock on wood. Hopefully, it's gonna stay the same. Yeah, how am I doing? I mean, I'm doing fine. Hectic, busy with a lot of different things, not purely crypto related, but also personal wise. Been away a couple days, had some other stuff that I wanted to take care of. So quite a few things that I'm busy with. AI, obviously, the AI company takes up a lot of time, but I enjoy doing it, so that's a nice thing. Yep. Crypto, I have to say, slowly hearing some things about crypto again.
Oh, nice.
Where, yeah, I can't give you a direct example, but things like people who I spoke, like let's say years ago or a year ago about crypto, they're now suddenly starting to send me a WhatsApp message again saying, hey, noticing crypto is in a dip. Do you have any recommendations I should be buying? Something like that. You know what I mean? If these things slowly are happening again, then usually it's the beginning of something. Also, some tokens are having some sort of movement, be it the low caps, micro caps that we're hearing, but also some high ones like Hyperliquid has had a very big run. Let's talk about that later.
Yep.
Yeah, some interesting projects that have been mooning all of a sudden. So yeah, not having FOMO yet.
Oh, good.
But yeah, because we all know how fast it can go down as well. But slowly, I'm starting to get a little bit interested again in crypto, where I'm thinking, okay, if I had some extra money or cash flow coming in right now, I might be wanting to invest that a bit more into crypto. Yeah. What about you? Feeling the same or?
Yeah, I almost, for the first time in half a year, I had a trade I could almost sell. Personally.
What happened?
Oh, it went up. For the first time, something went up.
Oh, and you sold?
No. I had my target a little bit higher. Yeah, it's always difficult. I just leave what it is. But yeah, that was close to a selling where it would be quite a nice bag. But let's see. So that's been a long time. But for the rest, yeah, it's this period where like you have to sit it out, right? It's a bit annoying. We finally came up a bit and then we go down in no time and then we hit the lows again and alts go lower. Like this is a rough period. But
do you remember how this? Sorry for interrupting you. Do you remember how this felt in 2022?
Yeah, I was fully I was fully in cash at the right time. I was not holding any crypto.
Okay.
And then I was very up to date about the 4-year cycle back then. Last cycle. So I thought I was buying all the altcoin bottoms basically. Yeah. Which I kind of was for a little bit. Timing wise, last cycle I did so well. Like I sold at the right time.
What did you do then in 2022?
Yeah, I started buying a lot of altcoins. that's my mistake. Like I was fucking right about so many things.
Yeah.
Like my exit was good previous cycle. My entry was at the bear market lows, but I had too much risk in too many alts. I should have had like the top 20 or something, and I would have performed really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was I went too risky. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
In hindsight, yeah, because the timings were overall quite right.
But do you slowly remember how it felt in 2022 and how sort of time-wise it felt? Because it feels for me as if in the last bear market, I remember having someone on my team, especially during the summer, where we messaged each other saying, "Oh, it's komkommertijd." So it's very slow time in Dutch. I remember us saying that to each other, but then still, I had a feeling that there was some activity happening. Whereas now, if you ask me, it's like as if everything is sort of dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels for me a bit more...
Yeah, like alts definitely had like no upside.
Yeah.
At least then we came from upside and then it came down.
Exactly. We went up and then slowly went down, but still during that period we had people doing something with alts, buying something, selling, I don't know, doing something with it. But now it feels like everyone is just, okay, not doing anything, just waiting until we finally have some sort of relief, and then I'll see what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
For example, my Telegram, and we talked about this earlier also with impressions on how I can see what type of market we're in on our pages. Telegram is a bit of the same indicator on how many messages I get on a day, on what phase we're in the market. In 2021, it was peak, where I couldn't keep up with the messages that were coming in. Then 2022, we had messages coming in still quite a bit, where still I had to, like I say, every day I had like 40 messages to go through. Now, days go by where I'm getting 2 messages or so. It doesn't have to be a promotion or anything like that, but just purely message-wise.
Yeah.
So it feels as if it's just very much dead.
Yeah, it's
extremely.
Yeah, but I feel not so much. I don't think I necessarily. Maybe there's also less social activity.
Yeah.
But I feel like and maybe we still have to get this phase, but in that cycle, we had like half a year or a year. We just went fucking sideways.
Yeah. Yeah.
To the right. Just
but sideways is nice.
Hey, right now I would sign for a sideways.
Yeah, I like sideways.
I like sideways. We had so much pain.
Give me some sideways, please.
Can we go sideways, please?
Yeah.
Yes. No, yeah, I agree. Like, it's nice to go sideways because you can buy and you know, like, oh, this is the bottom probably. Big odds, we level up after this.
Yeah. Because it's also going up is nice, obviously, but when you go up, you still have the feeling, and that's what I noticed as well, and people have this feeling where eventually you got to come down. So for me, for example, in crypto, the best situation we can be in is sideways.
Yeah.
I'd rather have us going slowly up instead of having it go from 60 to 70 to 80 to 90K within a month, for example.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I prefer straight up.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then like fucking,
yeah, you prefer it, okay, yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm just still like I just need one more, I would like one more time where the Bitcoin dominance just goes to 40.
Yeah.
Probably will never happen, might never happen again, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, those were the easy times. Like a little window, 3-4 months, straight up, like probably you had these months with your right?
Would you think you'd do it differently if we have another bull run with that dominance going towards 40%? Or would you say that now?
Yeah.
But once you're in the situation, say...
I think I will never be taking the amount of risk I had last cycle.
Yeah, true.
Especially how much I put in.
Yeah.
I don't think I will ever hold that much risk for that long in my life again. I feel like I for the first time personally I had way too much risk than I could have. Not way too much, but too much, and I was comfortable with after the fact it all happened. And if I talk about it, I feel like you can have like 80% of the puzzle right, but then 20% wrong, which I feel like I had, and then you end up on
the wrong side.
Yeah. So no, I don't. Even now, I feel like I will be much more. I will be much more
safe,
risk averse. Yeah. It's what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here also to talk a bit on what has happened and the state of the market.
Yeah.
So every episode, you usually give us some numbers on how things have been going.
Yeah.
Tell me, Fritz.
Yeah, we are at 2.57 trillion market cap. Oh no, last episode was 2.57 trillion.
Okay.
Right now we are 2.23 trillion. So
Yeah.
we are minus 13.22%. Yeah, so...
Do you remember the price of Bitcoin last episode?
Yeah,
was it
like
72-ish?
Yeah, maybe something like that. I think we were even talking about, hey, it's trying to break back into its previous range.
Yeah.
Like the 80-something K, 85. I don't exactly remember the... I think we were talking about that, or maybe the episode before. But yeah, it definitely came back to the lows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still not too bad, though. I guess if you would see something like a bottom, I don't know if it's going to be this range. Maybe we're going to level down one more and build a range there. This could definitely be a bottom range. Like, you don't expect it to like bounce off and go back higher. Like, it's not weird to see it come back.
Yeah.
I just hope, but we will see. It doesn't look like it. I don't know, but so like a bottom will take time. Like, it could be a bottom here. We could also just level down one more time and build a bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely had a lot of pain already. Yeah, in terms of, man, so many charts are just
wrecked. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Bitcoin dominance, also important one. Last episode we had 60%-ish.
Yeah, 60.2. Right now, 58.3.
Okay, so dominance down a bit, but still nothing drastically.
Yeah, and there's one hard part about this number actually is that like the Bitcoin dominance can go down because the
stablecoins go up.
Dominance goes up. Doesn't say much about our altcoins. So yeah, it's always a bit like I feel like once we started this podcast, it has been like
between 55, 56, 61, 62.
Something like this. Always.
Nothing crazy. Yeah.
No like real moves.
No.
Or capital moves.
Okay, the others?
Yeah, 32.1. Last episode was 29.8.
Okay, so that's up a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do see some strength in some very specific altcoins.
Yeah. Hype, for example.
Hype is doing good.
Yeah, it's doing very well. Okay, and then the other one, we had another one.
Yeah. Excluded top 10 is at 8.29% and previous at 7.45.
Okay, so also
that one has been gaining. Yeah.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, patience, right? No real moves yet. Yeah. Yeah, for you?
Yeah, a bit of the same. And like I said, slowly feeling as if there's at some point starting some activity again. I actually had a podcast yesterday with someone and who also said, okay, I think we're reaching a sideways part or a bottom part here. I feel like usually summer is slow every year either way. So if you were to ask me if we're going to go sideways from now, which is half June, to like end of August-ish, I guess that would be the expectation. Maybe up, maybe down a bit. And then I hope that starting sort of September, October, November, the end of this year, we slowly start the end of the bear market and beginning of a bull run.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we need to be ready.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be excited though.
Yeah, finally some green. I can't remember the days how it looked as if it was green.
Yeah.
I literally can't remember.
It's weird. Like, and also there was, if you remember how much we were talking about trading and opportunities and like literally
always.
Every day.
Our group chat, how many stuff we posted in there. Look at this, or check this, or whoa, another 5x. Whoa, this one is 10x. Whoa, crazy, blah, blah, blah. And now just nothing is happening.
Nothing, like, yeah.
It's also crazy to think how much money you're able to make in crypto compared to any other business.
Yeah. Yeah, we're experiencing this now. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very different. Also, it's...
Unfortunately, we found it out way too late.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of... It's the slow part about the market that kind of moves your brain. It does something to your brain, how you view numbers, volatility, risk, all of those things. And once it's like... it switches like regime or something, it takes a while for... Like, once you're adjusting again, you think, oh, this was weird how I thought about money, about risk, about how much money you could make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never can get a good grip on this. But yeah, the same counts for this period again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then it's just a matter of time, I guess, before we go up and reach a nice market again and start seeing some money coming in again.
What would you do different if we get a bull market now?
Take out way much more money. So last run, and especially the end of the sort of bull run, so I think we're talking about 2024 and beginning of 2025, something like that. Obviously, we have the crypto company where money comes in. And the thing at that point was, okay, I had the idea to invest in a lot of private sales because I thought, okay, if we get the alt season or the alt run that we all thought was going to happen, these alts are going to go up 10x. And if I'm then able to get into a proper private sale, I would go up 50x.
Yeah.
That was my thought. And obviously, not all of them are going to happen, but the feeling was there that if you invest in 10, 2 or 3 are going to go the 100x and the other ones are probably going to go down.
Yeah.
So sort of all the money that came in, I sort of had my expenses for the company, so I paid those obviously. But then the remaining money, I had it was a pile of sort of USDT building up in my wallet. But then whenever someone reached out to me saying, hey, this and this and this project wants to do a private sale, have a look into this. I did some due diligence, and if I thought, okay, this is a proper one, I would invest money into it. So I don't know the exact numbers, but over the course of the last 1.5 years-ish, I think I invested, at least $100,000. So maybe near to $1 million. I don't know.
Yeah.
And out of all that money, literally maybe 50K is left or was left to be able to sell.
Yeah.
Whereas at that point, I thought, okay, doesn't really matter because if money's coming in either way, it was like, okay, you invest 20K, but if on the other hand, 25K comes in, then it's no biggie. Because if this one goes down, you still have made more profit. And if this one does go up, eventually you're going to make so much more money. So at that time, I thought, okay, what's the problem? But the problem is, if from all that money you invested, literally everything goes to zero. So you're losing, let's say, $1 million. And on the other hand, the market crashes. So out of that usually 25K, only 5K is coming in. Then at some point, you're going to sort of say, okay, I'm losing money here. So it's a combination of both where I thought, okay, it's maybe 3 things. One is if a big amount of money comes in a bull run or whatever, I would say, okay, we have our expenses. You want to do some small investments, you name it. But I would always say, okay, let's say 15% you simply take out and invest it in something not crypto related. Or, I don't know, keep it in stocks, keep it in bonds, keep it in cash, gold, whatever. I think that's one thing I would do, which I have never really done. The second one is investments that I've made, I would always do it a lot less or a lot more safe, or would do more due diligence now.
Yeah.
Where I'm not saying I didn't do any due diligence, but like I said, there were months where I would be spending 200 or 300K worth of investments, which at that time thought, okay, it's just numbers. But if you look at it now, 200K or 300K to invest is a very big amount of money. Yeah. So I would do that a bit different. So the investment part, taking out more money part, and I guess always setting aside a bit more money. I would keep a bigger sort of cash stack also as well. Reserve stack.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it used to be if, let's say, 100K comes in, 40K are cost for everything that you do. And then I would invest like 55K or 60K, which eventually went to zero. Yeah. So now what I would do is say, okay, 100K comes in, 40K cost, then you're going to do, I don't know, 15K savings, 10K, 15K investment in something else, and the remaining money you have, I would invest in something risky again. I would go to something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a more logical way. So that would be the difference that I would be doing.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, right.
Especially after this cycle.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple things that have been happening in the markets, Fitz.
Yeah.
What things have been happening? Do you know?
Yeah, some things. Yeah. The Zcash.
What happened with Zcash?
So basically, someone found. I actually should read it, but someone found a bug in the code where basically it was not proven that people haven't been minting some Zcash. Yeah, so it crashed 50%, but it's 50, yeah. But it rebounded pretty well.
Okay.
I didn't do my full research on this.
Yeah.
What happened, how it went down. But
do you know how it rebounded? As in, if you say, well, is it?
Yeah, it's back to. It went to 250, and now it's back to 500. The price.
Yeah, so it's sort of it's almost back at the price it was before. yeah, probably the team said, okay, this was an issue, we need to fix it, blah, 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 and then it was all done.
Yeah, but the hard part is with some, I don't know the exact specifics here, but the hard part with privacy coins is how do you know? Like,
how do you know? Yeah.
Nothing has been minted and stuff.
Yeah, true.
I don't know exactly how this works in Zcash, or I didn't do my full, but
but
it's
still
a bit difficult. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, this was a big topic. With Sailor, did you follow that?
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but I read somewhere that he sold something in some Bitcoin, but he always said, okay, you should never be selling Bitcoin. He has his MicroStrategy, obviously, that, raised money to buy more Bitcoin. But then I saw someone saying that it was fake, where he said, okay, I haven't been selling any Bitcoin. What happened? What is the truth? Do you know?
Oh, I'm not that far into the story. I just knew he sold a little bit, like.
Oh yeah, but then I heard rumors that people said that he didn't sell, that it was
really?
some sort of fake. Because then, I don't know. I heard something where he had an interview with someone that said, "Oh, I never said that you should not be selling Bitcoin." No, he said, "I always said that you shouldn't be selling Bitcoin. I never said that the company itself shouldn't be selling any Bitcoin." That's something I read, and then a week later, I saw someone saying, "No, that it wasn't true," and he did actually not sell any Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know which one is real, but if he would have been selling, what is your thought on that? What's your feeling?
Yeah, so I have a lot of feelings towards MicroStrategy, but yeah, first of all, I don't understand why he took on debt.
Yeah, you mean borrow money to buy more Bitcoin?
So he has like MicroStrategy is holding 840,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So that's even bigger than the BlackRock fund.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're sitting on a stack of Bitcoin now. He gave out debt for like 11% of all the worth in his.
Mm-hmm.
So to buy like 90k Bitcoin. Like, okay, first of all, if you are a big proponent of Bitcoin and you really like Bitcoin, you're not going to start an investment vehicle like this, because now you bring in centralized risk to a decentralized system. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing which I'm always from the start, I was like, okay, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. Why would you bring that risk? If you really love Bitcoin, you're not going to build a business that holds 840k Bitcoin. So that's my first thing with Michael Saylor. But then, okay, he does it big. He pitches Bitcoin to the whole world, which I think is great. Yeah. He allowed a lot of TradFi businesses to buy into Bitcoin, hold it on the balance sheets. Amazing. But then why at some point would you add debt to your structure? Because there's no, like, if you buy debt as a company, like you probably have some cash flows to pay for the debt, right? What are the cash flows from holding Bitcoin? Or from him as MicroStrategy?
Yeah, the company itself. I believe it's a software company originally.
Yeah, but I don't think
it earns enough money to be paying those. Yeah, I don't know. I always felt a bit as if it was also a bit of a... it's how do you say it? Like, it works because it works, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So it works because he, like, the way he was able to make it work, or to able to make people invest money in Bitcoin and convince everyone that Bitcoin is the greatest and blah, 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 is because he was investing it with so much money and actually making sure he's going to get into debt to buy more Bitcoin. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, so to speak.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why he would do that, and that's why it actually works, I think. But yeah, the problem is, if it does crash as hard as it's doing now, eventually he needs to pay up, and what are you going to do then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now, like right now, if the debt gets recalled, but it's also, I tried to look a little bit into the debt structure, like how they are, and they are infinite bonds, so this was a whole other new thing for me to learn.
Yeah.
So I didn't go full depths, but even if you would pay them off right now, right, it would be like he has to sell 80, 90k Bitcoin.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about so there's so much I have this with so many big players in crypto. Like, on the one hand, I think, hey, they did so many good things for the space.
Yeah. And on the other hand, you're thinking, okay, if you really love the space or want to do it for this, then why would you do this?
Yeah, or this way, like,
it's the same with Binance, right? But CZ, what you said as well.
Yeah.
Which is a great example who I think CZ did a lot for the crypto space and made it a lot more...
yeah, absolute legend product-wise. Like, no...
Yeah,
Yeah.
which helped it. But on the other hand, you could say, like you said, if you really believe in Bitcoin, I think that's the greatest. Why would you then build something centralized, et cetera, et cetera? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit of a double feeling. I feel like we need these type of people to make it all work. But on the other hand, that also means that you have a downside where you... lose values on the actual idea why Bitcoin was created.
Yeah, and I have this more. It's like for CZ, I feel was a bit different for me at least. But yeah, I agree. Look, yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, I know what you're saying.
Difficult topic, but it's also like I guess it's not always like black and white, like, hey, he did good or
bad,
it's
or
like
it's somewhere in between probably, right?
Yeah, and for sure we are better off with them than without these people that they are actually doing a lot of things and making things happen. So
hey, another big thing I want to talk about, which is, I mean, not really related, but also a big thing that has been happening, the SpaceX IPO.
Yeah. Thoughts?
Yeah. I'm actually bullish.
Okay.
Not that many people are.
Yeah, interesting. Why?
Well, and I don't want to sort of, how do you say it, pat myself on the back, but it feels as if SpaceX is first of all, it's the only one that's actually making space exploration work at the moment. We have NASA, for example, but it's lacking behind by miles. We have, what is it called? Blue Origin by, who is it again? Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Platforms are exploding, rockets are exploding, nothing's really working. So competitor-wise, comparing it to all the other big companies, SpaceX is the only one that's actually making it work. That's one thing.
Okay.
Then we have Elon Musk, who you can love or you can hate. I don't really care which one. But looking at everything he's been doing for the past 15, 20 years, all the crazy stuff he's been doing, everyone always said, okay, this is not going to work, et cetera, and eventually he did make it work. So I remember in the early days when he started Tesla, when the first Tesla cars came up, everyone said, okay, yeah, electric cars, not going to work, no one's going to drive them because you need to sort of recharge and it's only going to get 200 miles, blah, blah, blah. Then he said, okay, I know, but these are the first ones, so we are going to improve on them, we're going to make better batteries, and eventually we see everyone driving electric cars. And everyone's making fun of him. Now, literally all the cars that are being made are nearly electrical ones.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And it's the same with Twitter, for example, where when he bought Twitter, everyone's saying, what's nonsense, and Twitter's going to go to zero, it's not going to work, and blah, blah, blah. He turned it into X, et cetera, et cetera. I believe now, and don't quote me on this, but there's more than 600 million active users every month on X, whereas with Twitter, it was like 300 million or something. So I'm not saying that it's a great success. I mean, it's probably doing well, but I mean, he has very crazy ideas, and everyone says, okay, this is not going to happen, but eventually he is able to make it work at some point.
Yeah.
So that's another thing with SpaceX. And then the other part is, it feels as if SpaceX is going to be a more all-in-one company.
Okay.
Where they do space exploration, but they're also busy with, for example, creating data centers in space right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you've been following stocks, but literally every AI stock or every data center stock or every chip stock, whatever, has gone up 50x in the last year.
Yeah.
So if it is true that we are going to need all this power, compute power, processing power, et cetera, then having data centers in space is actually a very good idea. And then the other thing that I'm talking about where it's going to be an all-in-one is they are doing that with AI. So they have XAI, which is also in SpaceX. All the data from X and Grok, et cetera, all combined is a very big data house. We have Neuralink that he's busy with. That's going to sort of combine. And I'm not sure if you read this, but in the last 2 days or 3 days, SpaceX has been buying 3 or 4 companies. I can't remember the exact names again. I'd have to look them up.
Okay.
One of them is Cursor.
Oh, really? They bought Cursor?
They bought
Crazy.
Cursor for $60 billion.
Wow.
And they also bought, I don't know exactly, but I'd have to look it up, but they bought another company where I thought, okay, this is actually a very good idea because having this and this and this and this is actually a very good idea to have. So they paid 60 billion, I believe, for Cursor, 15 times the revenue that they're having.
Sam Altman was early. But yes.
Yeah, but so if this is true and these are the plans, then eventually SpaceX feels as if they're going to buy up some parts or have some other companies in it and combine all of that together, which is actually going to be a very, very big powerhouse. Yeah. And then the end game, which are rumors but we don't know yet, is that he's trying to connect SpaceX together with Tesla to turn it into one big company.
Okay.
And if you have these things where you have infrastructure, car, data with everything on the world, because literally let's be honest, everyone is sitting inside a Tesla is pure data for him, which is very powerful. We have a very big AI model, Grok XAI, with all the companies that he's now buying, becoming a very big AI part. We have the power, compute, whatever you want with it, because it's got SpaceX and space exploration, data centers, whatever. And we have X as a sort of, how would you say it? News platform, social media platform, data, users actually using something. So combining all these things together, it feels as if it's a very big, what is it going to be? All in one part where it's going to take over the world.
Yeah.
So if you look at it that way, then I feel like having a valuation of 2 billion compared to, for example, Anthropic, who's less than 3 trillion, 1.7 trillion or 1.8 trillion. If you only look at Anthropic, the direct competitor is OpenAI, which is also 1.7 trillion.
Fair enough.
So if you look at it that way, then 2 trillion for SpaceX is peanuts.
Did you buy?
Yes.
Nice. Where?
The Giro.
Well, I mean, what price?
Oh, I invested in the IPO.
Oh, nice.
Early, but not too much. And then I added some extra $180 or so.
Okay.
And it's now at, I think it IPO'd at 135, and it's now at I'd have to look it up, 220 or something.
Okay. Oh, you bought at 135?
Yeah, a bit. And then also at 190.
Okay. Yeah, I was more in the short camp.
Yeah, you said this is going to be a very big short. Why?
I would short. Yeah,
it's 201.
I was wrong
right now,
I guess. Yeah, only after the first day it went down, but on high if you short on Hyperliquid, but but I need to dig a bit deeper, but I like this way to think about it though, but it's more long term.
Yeah,
I like this. Mine was more short term, but 10% float.
Mm-hmm.
So 10% of the equity is available to be sold.
11th of August, I think, is going to be the very first unlock of like 15% or 20% or so. 10%.
Yeah. So this one, I would try to time it with that. Yeah. But then on the other side, like in the if you hold the Nasdaq index, you're going to be a buyer in 15 days.
Yeah.
So they're going to offload on all the index pension funds and stuff, which is fucking crazy. But so that's the buy pressure minus the sellers. I guess if you bought SpaceX early on and you can now sell for, I don't know how many X's you're probably going to sell. So I would say that sell like until all those assets are floating, like it's probably going down. But I don't know. Yeah. There's a lot of attention for it and people buying. So interesting.
Hey, you know what they say? Don't fade Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's true though.
Okay, something else, or do we want to move over to our portfolio watch?
I said one thing wrong. It was Sam Bankman-Fried who was early investor in Cursor. But
rip. Yeah, also in Anthropic, 8% stake.
SpaceX as well, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah,
this man. But so no, I need to rethink my thesis on I like.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about it.
I'm
You're
not going to buy.
okay.
I'm not going to be a buyer.
Interesting one, eh? Yeah.
I think it's definitely one to follow, right? For the next year at least, what price does and.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's also very big. It's actually 2.6 trillion at the moment.
Oh, that's insane.
Which is massive. But the thing is, I also had this with AMD and also Nvidia.
Yeah.
Where I think it was AMD or Nvidia, I can't remember exactly, where it was like 1.6 trillion or so, and I thought, okay, this is so big. Even if I invest some money into it, maybe it goes up 50%, 30% or whatever. And then it went up like 3x or 4x within a couple months, which was a very big project or company already. And I feel like SpaceX is going to be the same, where everyone's thinking, okay, it might go up, might go down, but the valuation is very high, but it still has the potential to go up higher. Where now you're thinking, okay, 2.6 trillion is a lot, but within a month it can be 5 trillion.
Mm.
And also the crazy part, which I thought of this before we move over to our next one, is the amount of value or money that's now in the world is so much different compared to 10 or 20 years ago.
Yeah, true.
And I can't imagine, and if you look at it that way, then crypto has a lot of sort of bullish scenario where in 2008, I think, or 6 or 7, I don't know the exact number or date, Tesla went IPO to the stocks for 1.8 billion.
Okay.
Which at that time was the biggest IPO. Now we had SpaceX IPOing with a valuation of 1.7 trillion.
Wow.
So in those 20 years-ish, we went from the biggest IPO at 1.8 to 1.7 trillion. Crazy. So if that is happening, and we keep on going like we've been doing, then having a company worth $10 trillion is no crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's
he's worth 1.3 trillion. Elon
Yeah.
Musk at the moment.
Do
you know how much money the second most wealthiest person in the world is?
I know it has like 280 billion or something.
Yeah, 300-ish.
300 billion. I guess it's Jeff Bezos. Not
Yeah,
sure.
or Sergey Brin, or Larry Page,
Okay.
or Allison. I mean, either one
Yeah.
are like 270, 260, 280, 290-ish.
Yeah.
But imagine you are the most wealthy person in the world at 1.3 trillion, and then the next person, you're literally 1 trillion richer than the next person.
Yeah.
I read somewhere where Elon Musk made more money in one day than Warren Buffett made in his entire lifetime.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at it that way, is crazy.
Yeah, but Warren Buffett was definitely more liquid.
True.
He's
got a very big cash stack at the moment as well.
He can sit on a lot of cash, but
yeah.
No, yeah.
Obviously these numbers are, like you said, if he starts selling 15% of his Tesla stock dumps and the price goes, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot of money. Let's keep it like that.
Yeah,
And then crazy numbers.
I have a lot of discussion with friends about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's okay for someone to have this much money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Look, and there's another one, like the amount of power, right?
Yeah.
How much power is concentrated, and the power thing is definitely very difficult. But I feel like right now the militaries of each country still have the ultimate power. You see with Anthropic, right? The U.S. government says, "Hey, you need to stop the models." They have to listen, right? So there's still like this level of military, biggest business. I feel once the biggest business have influence over the military, that's where I would truly get like more scared of like the big businesses. But one of my things always is with like, hey, does Elon Musk own too much money? And I'm like, yeah, you can have two types of people, right? One person gets rich and he only buys houses and he rents them out.
Yeah.
And his assets it's basically more or less rent seeking. You're not bringing any benefit to the world. Like I feel like that's a much bigger problem than Elon Musk owning some companies that truly try to change how we think about things and how we operate and do things and bring us to space. And and then one more thing, which I'm also like, okay, we have the biggest IPO in the US, and we as Europeans, we don't really celebrate this. No, we are more like very negative, especially in the Netherlands. We're like, should someone have this much power?
Yeah.
Fair question. Should someone have so much money? Also fair question, but he's not holding the money. But like, sure, many of these things. But then on the other side, I think, but hey, for example, now we are being cut off from, if the US cuts us off from Anthropic and ChatGPT, like we have a big problem in Europe. And we are like, and then you think, okay, can we even get close to replicating?
Yeah, not really.
No, because we don't have the capital, we don't have the mindset, we don't have the
laws.
Yeah, nothing will be sufficient for anybody in Europe to build a model like this. The capital markets are not there. It's like this. So then I'm like, okay, we can think all we want about it, but they do help progress our world a lot. So, oh man, I had so many discussions about this. And it's good to have them though. It's good to
to think about. It's also like you said. Is there a bad thing when someone has this much money? I don't really see as if he has that much money. You know what I mean? He's worth that much, but it doesn't mean he has that amount of money.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is that he just has so many different. I mean, you say, when someone reaches a valuation of $1 billion, you would say, okay, the guy made a unicorn. Then the next step would be you having a company worth $1 trillion, which is, I don't know, how do you call it? Like a super unicorn, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you've got Elon Musk, who has Tesla, $1 trillion, SpaceX, $1 trillion, X, AI, Twitter, not really reaching $1 trillion. But I mean, so we then have one guy who has multiple $1 trillion companies, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
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 Okay, let's continue. Portfolio watch.
Yeah, one disclaimer. One thing though, like I do think, and sorry, let me go to portfolio watch. Yeah, I like the power or like the centralization of all this power is definitely becoming might become a big issue for all of us.
They're also saying that Elon Musk might be determining who's going to be the next president of the United States, for example.
Yeah, if we get to that point, that's going to be very risky.
Because one, he has the power, has the money, has the influence perhaps on, pushing people certain directions. Yeah,
he already did with Trump, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's more scary. Yeah.
Okay, so portfolio watch. Every episode, we talk about a portfolio. We had a portfolio in the beginning when we started our podcast 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
We invested $2K. What's it at now?
$720.
Okay, 720. So that's down 60.
Yeah, 64%.
Yeah.
Last episode was 79.
Okay.
793.
Oh yeah. So down a bit from that. Yeah, I thought it was 79%, but I mean $790 US, and now we're at 720-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, so down a tiny bit.
Yeah, and Tao performing best.
Okay. Yeah, that was a bit of an expectation.
Yeah, Human Finance also not doing bad.
Yeah.
It's one of the
Even though it's one of the smallest one and one of our risky projects, it's still okay. Yeah,
Thoughts?
in honesty, I don't think we need to change anything still. Like we said, if we move now, we're gonna sort of try to chase something that's not there.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, then we also have another thing, which is our Bybit grip bot.
Yeah.
So Bybit, thanks a lot, being one of our sponsors of the podcast.
Yeah.
If you want to get started with crypto, check out the link in the description. Bybit is our partner. We do all our trading on there. They've got a very big deposit bonus, lowest fees. So if you want to check it out, check the link in the description. So on there, we had a grip bot. So it's an automated trading where you invest some money and it automatically buys and sells on certain grid levels. So what's the status, Fritz?
Yeah, we started when it was around 70K price.
Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then last episode we were like up 7.5%.
Yeah.
And right now we are down to $99.5.
Okay, so we're 0.5% down.
Yeah. But the market is down like 7-8% from where we started.
Yeah.
So you kind of.
And I think that's the reason why we do this, right? So it's
Yeah.
trying to minimize whenever you go down, and whenever you go up, try to see if you can outperform it a bit. Yeah. So 0.5% loss, but comparing it to the 7 or 8% loss that the market in general has made, not doing too bad.
No, it's all right.
Okay. Yeah. Then once again, if you want to check it out, check the link in the description. Set up your own grip bot and get started with doing some trades.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Fritz? Before we move over to our next topic, the altcoin radar.
No, for you.
No, one big thing, altcoin radar. Every episode, we usually talk about an altcoin that we find interesting. For this one, we have something else. We're going to talk about RWA.
Yeah.
So not a altcoin directly, but more the entire topic of RWA, because we got quite a bit of questions about it. And we feel like in the market that we're at right now, it's not always that good to have a look at every specific altcoin.
Yeah.
So RWA. What's RWA, Fritz?
Yeah, real world asset.
And what does it mean?
Yeah, for example, if you want to buy SpaceX, like before we had to go to TradFi, traditional finance broker.
Yeah, so you go to a broker, you invest money, and then you buy SpaceX stocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we want to just go to DeFi or into a centralized exchange and just buy it there.
And what does that mean? So you go to an exchange.
Yeah.
You deposit money on the exchange.
Yeah, you buy a tokenized version. Basically, they buy the shares somewhere.
Yeah.
They tokenize the shares and you can buy the shares.
So does that mean, let's say I invest money in, for example, Bybit, who also had the stocks. Does that mean, let's say I want to buy one share, which is, let's say $200 for this one. I deposit 200. They buy one share at a broker or whatever. And then I have bought sort of the share on the exchange, which is tokenized the actual share.
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you also don't get voting rights, generally.
Yeah, because you don't own the actual share.
Yeah.
But the exchange owns the share. Or do they not? Do you know?
Yeah, it depends on the structure. Not per se the exchange, but like the company that sits in between to buy them. They have like a separate structure of them where they hold the assets and then they tokenize them. But it's like, if you go a bit further into this, like it's still a bit different from having a business that, for example, has 50% of the assets tokenized from the start. So it's still like, we kind of wrap them into a crypto variant. Mm-hmm. But ideally, of course, at some point we have like businesses that are fully
tokenized.
Yeah, where the equity is.
Yeah.
So it's not per se tokenized, but the equity is minted, let's say, in crypto. It's created on the blockchain.
Yeah.
See, there's still like a.
And why do we want to do this?
Because then it's easier tradable, easier to pay dividends. Like its ownership is real ownership. All these things.
Mm-hmm.
I could say like, why would we move currently from TradFi to the crypto rails?
Yeah. Good one.
Oh yeah, I mean, I never trade. You traded more on TradFi, right?
Yeah.
How's your experience?
It works.
Okay.
Obviously, the downside is and it's not really the TradFi part, but let's say I make money in crypto and I want to buy some TradFi stocks or whatever. You need to cash out the money, transfer it over to your bank, from the bank to the broker. From the broker, you need to show where the money is coming from, etc., etc. That's a very annoying part. Whereas if you now have crypto, you made some money with it, you're able to buy stocks with it or whatever. Yeah, that's a nice thing, but it's also a bit the same idea as if you had stocks on a TradFi or a broker. You made money there, you would also be able to buy more stocks there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a bit of the same story, but the only part that we're in crypto, make money in crypto. So that's a good thing. The only other thing is that usually you are reliant on the broker on doing certain things money-wise. So let's say you want to buy Bitcoin now, you can go to an exchange, deposit money, and buy Bitcoin within, 15 minutes? Yeah. On a TradFi or a broker, you might have a point where you deposit funds, and then it takes 1 day for the money to come in. Then you need to show who you are. Then you open a position. Might take another day. So another broker that I'm using called Robeco, Avi van Landschot. If I sell something there, it takes 1 day for the position to sell, which might be a logical thing because it's a stocks obviously close, or the Nasdaq, etc., close at some point. But so if you sell now, you do it before 2 p.m., then it gets executed the day after, but then it gets executed, so you need to wait another day for the money to actually come into your, saving accounts. Sure, yeah. And then once you have it in there and you want to withdraw it, it takes another 1 or 2 days to get the money out.
Okay.
So that's the downside.
It's like 4 days.
Yeah. And on crypto, it's very much, I want to sell. You sell now, you withdraw, and within 15 minutes or 20, whatever, you have it in your wallet.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing.
Yeah, and who owns the assets in like a TradFi account?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have the same ownership level as in crypto?
No, I don't think so. I think crypto is a lot better because it's more like it depends obviously. If you do it on exchange, I still think, the exchange has your money, so what's the difference? But if I buy I'm able to buy 50 shares and have it in my wallet, then it feels a lot more logical to do it in crypto than to have it on the TradFi. But yeah, for now it's just a lot easier. Yeah.
But I think it's a good thing when it comes to crypto. Yeah. But it's now starting everywhere, like spot assets, futures.
Binance, OKX, Bybit, they're all accepting it. BitGet, every exchange is doing it now.
Yeah, and the spot leg is coming too now, which is really good. So you can just, which is nice. I wish it was there a long time ago, so I would have bought some more of those of those things. Yeah, and also we might see some. This is also why hype got big, right? Like oil trading in the weekend, and so we might see some price discovery on. Probably not, but like some sort of price discovery in a weekend on those assets.
Yeah.
In crypto.
What I find very interesting for RWA, and to explain it a bit, which I always thought what RWA was okay. Let's say you have your portfolio and you want to start investing a bit into real estate. Now, if you want to do that, you need to buy a house of 500K, for example. So you need to have at least 500K to be able to buy the house and to invest in real estate. What I always thought, RWA is very much, if you want to buy that house, why would you want to invest 500K? Why do we not split it up in parts of 500, all worth 1K, for example? And you're able to buy 3 parts of that. So then out of your portfolio, you now have 15K invested in real estate. That was my first experience with RWA. Yeah. And once that was happening, I thought, this is actually quite a logical step, because it's why would I need to buy the entire house if I cannot just buy a part of it and someone else does a part and someone else does a part, and together we have the house.
Yeah.
And then if the house gets rented out, based on how many shares you have, you earn the revenue out of it. That I think is a very logical step and a very nice one as well.
Yeah, good one.
I like that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, helps with size. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on RWA that we need to talk about? What do you know? What are some tokens in RWA? Do you know?
Oh, token.
Yeah. A couple examples.
Like projects.
Yeah.
Ondo.
Yeah. Oh, Ondo. Yeah. Ondo Finance.
Yeah, Ondo is pretty big. Let's see. There are definitely some more. Yeah, you have the B stocks now on Binance. I don't know if they have a project you can buy into.
Yeah. Ondo is the biggest one, right?
Yeah, Ondo was already very big in treasuries.
Yeah.
T-bills. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because like you have like the minting and redeeming of the assets.
Yeah.
And now you basically have the fight, or like however you call it, like
competition.
Yeah, like who. So once they are minted, you have the secondary market where they are traded.
Yeah.
Which are going to be like crypto markets. Like who gets the biggest share into being that market, and that's like. I feel like in the next year or two, this whole thing is being built out.
Yeah.
And it's...
We're going to see who's going to be the biggest one.
Yeah. Probably, I guess B-Stocks has best opportunity. Because,
do we have any risks with this? Any issues?
Yeah, for sure. You have to trust the person holding the...
the assets.
The true assets, like the equity. You have some... pricings. You always need, but there's also opportunities. But like the pricings over weekends and those things, like that's going to be new. If you do self custody, there's always all the custody risk. But for the rest, I don't see too many big risks in buying and selling them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you wanted to talk about with RWA?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, many big guys are involved, like BlackRock.
Yeah, they do investment as well in RWA.
Yeah, they're bringing a lot of assets also on chain, like but also funds and stuff, like full funds.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming. It's gonna be. I guess we should do a deep dive in. Did we ever have Ondo in our portfolio?
I don't know. We do have Ondo in our portfolio, or we had it in our portfolio.
We had it,
but I don't think we actually did a very big deep dive on what it does and what the idea behind Ondo is. So maybe that's a good one for our next episode.
Yeah. We definitely analyzed back then. I remember.
Yeah, but it's like a year ago or something. A long time ago.
Might be a nice one to look back into, because I do think this space is gonna. And I also had some conversation with another friend about it. Will probably be quite
big.
Can become very big. Yeah, it's coming up everywhere. Yeah.
Now we just need a bull run.
Yeah, in crypto, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had some money to invest in RWA again.
Exactly. So we can buy them. Yeah, it's going the opposite direction.
Okay. Then I've got 2 community questions.
Yeah.
Or if you have any, I think it's good to go, right? We have good enough discussion. Okay, so one question is, it's not really a question, but someone says Saylor is selling Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So that's Michael Saylor. Is it the beginning of the end for treasury companies?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, it's just that, I don't know. I need to fully understand his 11% debt. how this works.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think... I don't understand why you would do it, but... still, there's like 800k Bitcoin.
Yeah, which is a crazy amount of money. Assets, yeah.
So, so if he has to force sell a bit, it's fine.
Yeah.
Other people will buy it. Like for example, BlackRock has 700k Bitcoin, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay, sure. Okay, Mike Saylor has to sell 80k Bitcoin. They will probably find some buyers.
Yeah. Yeah.
For these numbers.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the same. I agree.
Yeah.
I think the same. Yeah. I think this is also a bit of where I think, the only downside is, like I said, it's a sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy where he needed to do all these things to make it work and to say, okay, look how much I am into crypto or in Bitcoin. Yeah. And now if he needs to sell, it's a bit like, okay, what's the entire story you've been telling for the past few months or years or whatever? Yeah. So that's the only downside. But apart from that, I feel the same. Yeah. Okay.
He has bad execution, though.
Yeah.
He always buys a top, man.
Yeah.
Local tops, Michael
Saylor. Usually whenever he said, okay, Michael Saylor bought again, time to sell again.
Yeah, price is always lower. Yeah. Funny.
Okay, and then another one, which is not a question, Fritz, but this is just more a note. It's also a Dutch one, so I need to translate on the spot. It's by a user called Yuri Polman 1951. Shout out to Yuri for listening to our podcast. Even though right now it can indeed be a bit boring in the crypto world, I still follow your videos with a lot of joy. A couple days ago, by the way, I changed a bit in my portfolio and I bought some Hype, which turned out to be a very good move. So thank you very much for the tip to keep an eye on Hype.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly when he typed this, but I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think Hype is now like 75 and a couple weeks ago was like 50 or so. So probably he made a good move. What's your feeling on a message like this?
Yeah, I love it.
It's nice,
for
right?
You, yeah.
Yeah. It's exactly why we started the podcast as well, to see if we're able to help out people. Not directly say, okay, you need to buy or sell this, because we don't really give financial advice here, but it's more a way to, make people motivated to keep an eye on certain things that we find interesting. So it's exactly why we started it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice one. Yuri, shout out. And to all the other ones that are listening, if you have any questions or so, let us know as well. Yeah, Fritz, then we got our last topic, and then we're wrapping up the episode already.
Yeah.
Polar market odds and some forward-looking. So first, forward-looking, how are we doing interest rate-wise?
Yeah, so for today, today's Fed meeting.
Oh, today's Fed meeting. Yeah, you're right.
I think I'm going to watch this one, but we now have a 0.4% odds of a rate hike.
Okay.
Previously was a 4.1% odds for a rate cut. So it looks like
we're going towards a hike instead of cut.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get some rate hikes.
Yeah,
which is mainly due to inflation running up because of quite good labor. I think decently good labor markets and oil pricing. It's going to drive up inflation. Yeah. I don't know. Trump, the administration has just been only for driving up inflation the last 2 years. First, is what it is. 29th of July, now it's 8.9% for a rate hike, and previously was 10.9% for a rate cut and 0.2%.
Yeah, so shifting from rate cuts to rate hikes.
Yeah, 6th of September, 26% for one rate 26. Hike and 2.1, I think, for two rate hikes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
nothing direct yet, nothing certain yet, but we are slowly shifting from rate cuts towards rate hikes.
Yeah, so that means probably inflation is going to come as well in the next couple of months.
Months-ish.
So price will again be higher, which is already happening throughout.
Yeah.
So pressure building there.
Yeah.
Not great. Let's see.
Okay, and some interesting poly market odds.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually excited for one.
Okay. Which is?
Yeah, the World Cup winner.
Oh, yeah. We have the World Cup going on.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the odds, Fitz?
Yeah, so France has the best odds.
But it used to be Spain. But yesterday France was playing, and France did very well, and Spain did quite bad. Yeah. What are the odds?
18% for France.
Oh, and Spain? 16?
13. Yeah. That makes a big difference then.
Because it was 16-16.
One match. Oh, funny. Yeah. Argentina.
Okay. That one went up. Messi hat-trick.
Yeah. 11%.
Okay, so that one's gone up.
England, 10%.
Yeah.
Portugal 10%.
Ooh.
Brazil 7%.
Yeah.
Germany 6%.
Might be a move to invest a tiny bit of money in these things.
Invest.
Yeah, invest. Okay, gamble a bit of money. Because like you see now, if you invest, okay, let's call it investing, but let's say you put in money. Yeah. Let's say you want to do a tiny bit in Portugal and England, for example. Yeah. If England or Portugal does quite well, where they win a couple matches, probably the 10% is going to go towards 20, 25, 30%-ish. So you could make a couple decent multiples. I'm not saying you need to invest $1,000 into it, but it's might be an interesting one.
Yeah. Who
do you think is going to win?
Oh, I have no. I absolutely haven't been following too much soccer. Netherlands is the next one at 4%. Just want to name that one.
Netherlands, come on.
Netherlands, yeah. Well, at some point this will happen.
At some point in the next 500 years, maybe.
I always have with soccer. I get so excited.
Yeah.
And then disappointed.
Yeah. You think, okay, wow, we're now in the finals, semi-finals, let's go. And then you lose once again.
And I have such a hard time watching now because because of this. I get so engaged with it.
Yeah?
Oh man, anything with soccer, like or sports. You have that?
No.
Oh man.
I like it, but I like more the way where it's a match. We're all sitting together, having some drinks, eating something. Yeah. That's the part I like, but I don't get that much. I don't get that engaged with it. I just like watching it now, seeing how the other countries are playing. Yesterday, France, I was watching the match. They played very well, very quickly. Game, bop, 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 bop. It was nice. It was nice to watch. Yeah.
Who's the GOAT? The GOAT is it?
Messi is one of the. Yesterday, the hat trick. I think he's on par with Klose right now with the most amount of goals in total at World Cups. Whereas now they're beginning with this World Cup. So if he scores like one time, then he's the top scorer all time with the most amount of goals at a World Cup. So if Argentina has a couple matches left, maybe they go on to the next group. Maybe Messi scores a couple times. He's going to be out of it big time. And I think he has literally, I won't say all of the records, but nearly all of them on his name. So won the most amount of different matches, be it the Champions League, be it the World Cup, be it, all these different things. Most amount of goals, most amount of interlands, most amount of World Cups in general they've been. So it's, And now being at 39 and I'm playing a match like yesterday where he scored 3 times.
Cool.
Huh?
Yeah. Who do you think will win for the...
the pool that we made, I had Spain.
Okay.
But the way I saw France playing yesterday, I think France is going to win.
Okay. Nice.
Maybe Portugal tonight. Let's see how Cristiano Ronaldo is going to play.
Yeah. He's eager to win.
Yeah, but he's also old. Okay, and then the final one, the last poly market odds. Which one, Fritz?
Yeah, will Base launch a token by...
Will Base. Okay.
Yeah, it still exists.
Yeah, it still exists. Go back to crypto.
We're still waiting for our airdrop, guys.
Yeah.
Where is it? June 30th, 1%.
Yeah.
September 30th, 6%. December 31st, 28%. June 30th, 2027, 49%.
Yeah, so not going to happen anytime soon.
No, it probably takes a bit.
Yeah.
Would be good for the... Yeah, it's not the time to launch.
It's not the time to have a token now, so...
That was definitely more hype back then.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay, looking at the time, Fritz, I think that wraps up this episode.
Yeah.
Very good. Good to have you again here.
Same. Thanks.
Hope you're going to feel a bit better the next episode.
I hope so too, yeah.
And it's still a bit surviving, I guess, right, in crypto. Try not to, go under. Try to stay afloat.
Yeah.
Don't panic. And then stay alive. And see you guys at the next episode.
Yeah. Thanks.
Right?
Yes.
Thanks for watching. Once again, quick reminder, leave a follow, like, subscribe wherever you're watching to us. Thanks a lot, everyone, and hope to catch you at the next episode. See you in 2 weeks.